Hi, Tyler from Infidelity here at Rocky Mountain CanJam 2015. I'm in the Apogee Groove booth with Roger Doré, or Robin Doré. Hi, Roger. How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
And we're going to talk about their new product, the Groove, which is a USB headphone amplifier. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it, Roger?
Sure. You know, Apogee's been making pro audio interfaces for 30 years. So this is our first consumer audio device. As you say, it is a USB DAC and headphone amplifier. Really, the most interesting distinguishing feature of Groove are, first of all, we offer a quad sum DAC, meaning we're using 4 DACs per channel for the lowest distortion and noise level. And we also offer a constant current drive. You know, there are very few constant current headphone amps out there on the market today, and this is really the only one that's available in this thumb drive DAC format. So Apogee Groove is really one of the best performers in the thumb drive category, has great THD plus noise and distortion, and really is very powerful. We've got it here on the booth with HD 800s, and others have tried with their high impedance headphones, and we can really drive those headphones really well.
Can you tell me about the bit rates that it accepts from the computer? What file rates?
Right. So it accepts any PCM format up to 192 24-bit.
Cool. So going back to the DAC, you said there's 4 DACs. This is an ESS DAC, is that right?
This is an ESS DAC.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Everybody loves the ESS DAC.
You know, we have a lot of experience with the ESS DAC, and we've learned how to take advantage of its attributes and also compensate for some of its deficiencies. We've spent a lot of time, and we do have a lot of experience with the ESS DAC. So it's in many of our products, and we really still do like it.
Cool. And Roger mentioned constant current drive with this amplifier. This is a subject that I'm going to investigate a lot more as time goes on, because it's quite complicated, a little bit over my head at the moment, and a very, well, it's beginning to be a trend a little bit. Originally, before I started getting into audio, I knew about constant current amplifiers from scanning electron microscopes, and these amplifiers were called transconductance amplifiers. It turns out that current source amps in the audio world aren't quite like that, and because there's certain problems that can occur, like changes of the equalization of the headphones due to the impedance curve. And interestingly, with the Groove and the HD 800s, where we did see significant change in equalization during the Big Sound 2015 event, this Groove didn't seem to change the EQ. I compared a track that was being played on the computer with my own player that's a voltage amplifier, and it sounded quite similar. So it didn't sound like this current drive, as advertised, Apogee Groove, change the EQ of the HD 800s. Are you doing something then to compensate for that?
Well, let's go back a little bit and talk about why we did a constant current source headphone amp. You know, we've had the experience where, let's take a very Sony headphones that are really popular in recording studios, because we're from the pro audio world. We found that this headphone amp really compensates in a very positive way for the rather extreme harshness of those headphones. So really our goal was to make a headphone amp that really compensates for some of the frequency anomalies of, let's say, from your low to medium impedance headphones, and that's been our experience that has done that successfully. Now with these higher impedance headphones, indeed we do have some patent pending technology going on where, as you've experienced here, the performance or the technology does kind of veer from a classic constant current technology.
Right. So Well, it certainly does. I mean, I was very, very surprised hearing that this does have a high output impedance, right? The Groove
right.
It has a high output impedance.
Absolutely, yeah.
And one would think that would be enough to cause changes in EQ, but it didn't seem to. So, congratulations! Very
also,
interesting.
You had plenty of power.
Yeah,
to drive your HD 800s.
Yeah,
and really that's. We've kind of achieved our goals.
Yeah, well, it's a very interesting product. I look forward into looking into it further and talking with you guys, trying to understand what's going on. And thanks a lot for the introduction, Roger. I really appreciate it.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, we'll see you guys at the next booth.